Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Motorsport Manager. And it's time for the first race of the first season in the Asia Pacific Super Cup for our team Archer BMR. This is our fourth overall season, starting off in the previous European Racing Series before. Before we get started with this first race, I would like to take a look at the Asia Pacific Super Cup's rules, as we haven't done that yet. So just going through them quickly. We now have qualifying. So we have medium length practice sessions, which is longer than what we had in our previous series. We have medium length qualifying sessions. Races on average are 31 laps. I don't know if that's too much different than what we did before. We have 6-man pit stop crews, which means that pit stops will happen sequentially, leading to slower pit stops. I think from what I'm gathering from this, sequentially means that you can't have both of your cars in the pits, having them be worked on at the same time. Kind of what we had in the European Racing Series. Points for the top 6. So points are awarded to the top 6 drivers. So this really incentivizes finishing in the top 6. And it makes it tough if you're not within the top 6 to really succeed. So this series really rewards top teams, and we'll continue to see that trend. So we have double points for the final race of the season, so that's a little bit of an extra incentive for that last race. Kind of brings things down to that dramatic conclusion. Bonus points for fastest lap. We've already seen this in our previous series. You just get 2 points if you have the fastest lap. Bonus points for the driver in the pole position. So again, this is rewarding the top teams, because if you can consistently get pole position, you're going to get 2 bonus points every single time. So again, rewarding the top teams. Some tire choices here, not necessarily really mattering. What we really care about is there's 2 dry weather tire compounds. So we went from 3 compounds in the European Racing Series with rule changes. We have 12 overall tires to choose from. So that's going to be divided amongst the 2 choices. So 6 per tire type. We have a virtual safety car. So this is quite a bit different. Rather than having a physical safety car like what we had in our previous series, instead there's going to be electronic speed limiting for when a yellow flag is out. So we're going to see some differences. It says that it's going to mean that there's not going to be as much bunching, because you don't bunch up behind the physical safety car. So it slows everybody down, but it keeps the gaps more or less the way they were. So that could be beneficial if we are doing decently in the race. But if we're really far behind, then obviously this is not going to benefit us that much. Another important distinction is the fuel tanks. Fuel tanks can now hold up to 80% of the fuel. We can still refuel, though, which means that we really only have to pit once, according to this. It guarantees that we have to pit once, because you can't have enough fuel to get all the way around. But there is at least refueling. So, if you don't want to take all that fuel, I guess you don't have to. Let's see. Spec engines we already know about. So that means that you can't develop your own engines. Everybody uses the same engine. Qualifying, again, we kind of are aware of that because we already talked about the fact that we're using qualifying. And quality focused merit payments. This one I didn't look at too much. Let's just take a look at it really quickly. There's absolutely no difference in prize money awarded to the top and bottom teams. All teams are rewarded equally for their performance over the course of the season. So this is probably the only thing that really benefits the lower teams, is that they're going to get the same kind of prize money that the top teams are getting, but there's a lot of point rewards for the top teams, as we've seen. All right, well, now that we've gone over that, let's go ahead and get into the race. Now, I don't really honestly know if I'm going to do the qualifying myself. If I can simulate it, I probably will, because I'm not really that big of a fan of the way it's done in this game. You more or less play this mini game that is kind of tedious, and if you succeed, you do well. If you don't, your cars kind of suck. And I think that it's going to slow down the course of videos too much, and I just don't find it very fun. So if I can simulate it, I will. So let's just go ahead and continue here so that we get on to the race itself. So now is the time to pick our sponsor, and I'm going to go with 12th or above, because I really don't know how we're going to finish. Our cars are not ranked all that highly. We're like, I think, 7th or 8th overall. So I don't expect to have fantastic performance. We're not dead last, so that's good. Tire selection. This is interesting. I'm not exactly sure how this works. This is the first time I've seen this. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So I get to choose. Oh, all right. That's interesting. So before I was saying that the tires would be evenly divided. That's actually not true. According to the way the rules are here, I think I saw at the very end there it said free tire choice. I can take as many of the two different tire types as I want. So if I think I'm going to use more soft tires, then I can take, let's say I take 5 super softs and then I take 7 softs. So I'll have more of those than I have the super softs, if that's what I wanted to do. That's interesting, but I think I'm going to even it out 6 and 6 because I don't really have a particular strategy in mind. And I think 6 tires in both categories is plenty. If we had 3 tire choices, I think it would be more critical, especially if we also had less than maybe 12, like if we had 10 or something like that. It might be a little bit more critical, but for now, that's an interesting mechanic. It's the first time I've seen it. All right, part fitting. So let's go ahead and take a look at our fitting of the parts. I think we've already done this, but I just want to make sure that we're okay. So we have brakes. We're giving Balcazar the best brakes. Engine doesn't matter. Wing, we are giving her the, well, these two are equal, so it doesn't really matter. These two are equal, again, doesn't really matter. I mean, reliability it does, but otherwise not really. Again, here doesn't really matter, and here doesn't really matter. So Balcazar is unhappy because Mustafa's car is too close to hers, and that's why she's unhappy. And also our overall car performance is not great because we're 7th or 8th overall. So she's going to be unhappy for the first race, but as we develop parts and build more and more parts, we'll have more of a gap between the first and second car, and she'll get over it. So let's go ahead and continue with that. We've done the part fitting. Let's go ahead and go to the race. So first we're going to have practice, which is going to work pretty much exactly the same way it has in the past. Just we have more time to do it. I must admit, I didn't really pay too much attention to what the weather was going to be like. All right, we're not going to be using Shen because Balcazar is just a better feedback driver anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. And let's do our setups. We're going to start with Balcazar. I am going to go with softs and super softs and kind of see how the tires behave. This is the first time I've done this track, so it'll be interesting to see how it behaves. All right, so we're going to need a lot of downforce. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I'll be a little bit more towards this side in case that is a little bit too far. Something like that. Okay, now handling. It looks like we need to go softer. I'll just go a little bit in that direction because we might not have even need to move it at all. And it looks like we need to go more towards top speed here. So I'll do something like that initially. And that's going to be it. And let's come over here. Again, we need a lot of downforce. Maybe not as much as we needed in Balcazar's car. And as far as suspension goes, again, softer suspension. Although it does look like we need more acceleration in this particular car. So we'll do that setup as well. Now, these things kind of go hand in hand, so I may back this off slightly. Okay, that's going to be our setup initially. Tire choice super softs just to see how they behave. Let's confirm. And away we go. I am going to take the practice. Again, I don't know if we can skip qualifying or not. We'll just have to see. Okay, so it's time to send them out. We already... oh, there is going to be one difference here. We're going to have qualifying trim and race trim bonuses. So the one advantage I see to this is qualifying trim and race trim. The minimum number of laps for race trim is much more than the minimum number of laps for qualifying. So what I may do is only have them go out for a lap or two on qualifying, and that might be all I do with the qualifying trim. I don't really necessarily care as much about that. But it also helps me because they're not out there as long, but I still get some semblance of feedback from them. So I'm going to go with 2 laps qualifying trim to start. And then we're going to use the same tires. And over here, we're going to send out. And I'm going to go with the qualifying trim again, 2 laps. And on the softs. And we'll send out. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And away we go. It's kind of weird that we're going this way on the track. I'm used to going the other way out of the pit lane, at least in most instances. So Mustafa's up front. We'll just follow him for the meantime. And it looks like tire temperatures are going towards warmer, and the overall temperature is warm as well, 86 degrees. It's pretty darn warm. This is one of those interesting road courses where, I mean, it literally is on streets. Perfect gear ratio, so that's good to see. Handling is feeling superb, so we already have 2 positives. Looks like we do have another yellow and black team. Granted, we are yellow and white because I made that conscious choice because I've seen a lot of yellow and black teams. So it looks like that's still a good choice for us. Feels like I've got just the right arrows set up. The downforce feels bang on. So we're good there as well. So 2 positives. We're going to be pitting here soon. Hopefully we hear about the third thing. All right, handling is good. So I need a bit more acceleration. That's the only negative we heard. So a bit more acceleration in Balcazar's car. All right, here we come into the pit. Okay, so Mustafa is great, good. In that regard, then I don't feel like I need to really change anything. We did get up to level 1 qualifying, not to level 2. I'm going to send Mustafa out now. His tires are doing okay, so we'll send him out on those tires. I don't need to make any changes here. We're going to go switch to the race trim. I'm going to do the minimum of 4 laps because I might need to change the tires after that, and then we'll send you out. All right, let's see about Balcazar, though. Okay, so speed balance is not great. So she was saying that needed more towards acceleration, and this is why I didn't go too crazy with the gearing towards the long, because that's what it looked like. But now I'm going to really have to back this sucker off. I think I'm going to go even that far with it. And then let's try and balance it with that to get the handling back on. So it would be great, good, and then whatever we can do with the speed balances. And this is why longer practice sessions are good, because I can really dial this in. And now also having the shorter qualifying laps gets you in quicker as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll keep you on the same tires. And out you go. So we'll follow Sadat here. Right now we're 15th and 17th in the practice. And Mustafa's running faster tires, so that kind of makes sense. I don't think we're doing too bad in the practice, even though I usually don't care for such things. Okay, yeah, I mean, we know about his feedback. We mostly are concerned with Balcazar's car and how she feels about things. Speed balance is right on the money. So well, there we go. We more or less set him up. Didn't take us much time. And now we have 6 minutes in the practice to get our race trim up. And we can also get these tire bonuses if we want to. So I don't know how much time we're going to have once they've gone through their 4 laps. Maybe only a couple minutes. We'll see. I'm surprised she has so much more setup knowledge than he does, because she has worse feedback than he does. So we have at least level 1 of the race trim, and we have a few more minutes to go here. Handling is good. I might send him in next time, even if he's not scheduled to, because I'm a little bit concerned about these tires. I'm going to bring him in. So we're 16th and 19th in the practice. Okay. Send you back out. And the only change I'm going to make is just give you different tires. So, I'm going to give you some soft tires. And otherwise, everything else is fine. And we're still on race trim, so we're good to go there. Send out. So I'm going to keep an eye on Balcazar, who will be pitting once she completes this lap, although there probably isn't any time for that. So right now, we're working on race trim. We're at level 2. I don't know if we'll get level 3 in time. We're also working on soft tires. We might be able to eke out level 2 before the time expires, although we were just short of that. All right, well, there's the practice. And I think I'll get the hang of that. So we're on great, good, poor, and we have a really good indication of which way to take Balcazar's car's acceleration. Just keep going for her gearbox setup. Keep going for acceleration. So there we go. That's good to go. Let's go ahead and continue here. And continue. We also, with our sponsor, we have our bonus divided in half. Half for qualifying, half for the race. So that's another interesting dynamic with the qualifying. So I think for the qualifying, I'm going to go super soft tires and qualifying trim, obviously, firm. And then over here, we'll also use super soft tires and qualifying trim, firm. Car setup, we're going to try and get her car a little bit more on. So we're going to back this over. I don't know how far I want to take it, though. So I'm going to just do that much. And then we'll try and shimmy it over with a little bit of change of tire pressure, which it looks like we've achieved just fine. And tire choice, super soft, is fine with me. And then over here, we're pretty much good to go. 90% optimum balance is good. And we're going to be on super softs as well. We're going to have the fastest qualifying we possibly can. And I am going to, as I said, try and simulate this if it allows me to. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to do it. And I must admit, I'm very inexperienced with this. I'll probably not do too well, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do instant result. Because, again, I don't really care for the way qualifying works. I'm going to take what the AI gives me. And, we're not really that high-performing of a team, so if we don't qualify that well, I don't think it's the end of the world. It's probably where I would have ended up even on a good performance. And as a matter of fact, by having the AI simulate it, the Balcazar got us in 12th place, so we just got our sponsorship bonus. So that's really good. Mustafa, on the other hand, he finishes in 19th. Not so great. But this is probably a lot better than I would have been able to do. And I'm probably just going to leave these kind of things to the AI in the future. All right, so now it's time to go on to the race itself. But the different dynamic is that our car performance dictates where we will be on the track starting, not our driver standings. So when we're doing good, we won't be in the back. When we're doing bad, we will be in the back. So let's see if we can get this 12th or above. We're starting in 12th, so that's good to see. Now, Mustafa has some advantages because he has worked with his mechanics before. We have the advantage of being able to use his risk taker ability. And I'm definitely going to be using that because that is a powerful ability. Now over here, Chica doesn't have that advantage. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm not sure if I should take super softs or softs with her. Try and go conservative and see what we can do. Definitely taking race trim. Super soft, soft. Super soft, soft. I mean, the bonus is better with super soft, so it'd probably be a better idea. But at the same time, I think Mustafa is the one we're going to want to be doing the more aggressive pitch strategy with. So I'm going to put her on soft tires. But I am aware that that may cause us some issues as far as the competing. I'm going to go with softs. And we want to fuel way up. There we go. Confirm. Now, it's possible we'll be slow because we have all this fuel on us. I have a feeling that that's simulated. Out of curiosity, what is the rest of the grid doing? Super soft, super softs. There are some softs here and there. Soft, soft. So some of the cars around us are running soft tires, like the ones directly behind us. So I don't feel like it's too much of a disadvantage to be running those softs. But I would say most of the track is running super softs for sure. All right, let's go back and do the setup for his car. So we're going to go with super softs. And then we're going to bring that fuel all the way up yet again. Okay. And I did manage to get it up to good here. What was the percentage? 87%. So we're not too far off of the performance we got with Mustafa's car, which was 90%. Okay, it looks like we're good to go. So let's go ahead and continue on to the race. You know what, actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in the video here, just because that initial, or this initial bit is a little bit longer. I will pick this up in the next video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.